So we have Deborah Cribbs here, who with the Joanie Bernard Foundation and the 10 movement.
Hello.
Deborah, hello. Deborah is the chair of the board of trustees for the Joanie Bernard Foundation and the 10 movement, the parent organizations of Scooter the Neutered Cat. Deborah considers herself Scooter's mother and has committed herself to improving the 9 lives of cats. Deborah's personal experience has deepened her connection to the work of the movement she leads. She has a colony of community cats in her backyard and is an admitted failed foster parent. She's overseen every Scooter campaign and encouraged her creative team to keep pushing the boundaries to spread awareness for spay-neuter, community cat education, and adoption and fostering efforts, all supporting the mission to make Cincinnati a no-kill cat community. In addition to having played a role in dramatically raising the live release rate to unprecedented heights in the region, Deborah has guided the 10 movement to provide support and forge partnerships with greater Cincinnati shelters, adoption and foster organizations, and spay-neuter clinics. Deborah believes there is still plenty of work to be done. The 10 movement continues to fund creative public service campaigns spearheaded by Scooter the Neutered Cat, including the recent Mild Kingdom initiative for community cat awareness and past promotions like Cat Math and Talk to Your Cat About Sex. They have sparked viral interest across the country for their fun, cheeky takes on life-saving resources for cats. A devout animal lover, Deborah is a vegetarian who enjoys trying new foods and an occasional glass of red wine. She also loves books, Star Trek, and international travel, which sparks new opportunities to learn and appreciate cultural differences. She lives in Cincinnati with her husband and pets. Deborah and Scooter have no plans to slow down. They will continue educating the public until there is 100% no-kill nation for cats. So
I am really happy to be here this evening to share with you our journey on making the lives of cats just a little bit better in our corner of the world. So today I'm not going to talk for very long, and I promise you it will be entertaining. But first, a little bit of background on us. We live in Cincinnati. See this building over here? This is a bank. This is where we work. We're bankers, and we're involved in this mission too. Cincinnati has about 2 million residents, so it's a medium-sized city. As bankers, we're business people. We got involved and started looking at the problem of cats in the United States and figured out that an alarming number of cats were being killed. We figured out that in Cincinnati, there was what I now call a very old school method of managing this, and all of the shelters and adoption centers were working independently. Nobody was coordinating or collaborating. We learned the term live release rate and understood in Cincinnati it was really low, 37%, and I'm going to say that's approximate because I like to say they used the yellow sticky note method of data collection back then. So here we are, some business people who were given the fiduciary responsibility to manage a great deal of money with the sole purpose of making the lives of cats better in Cincinnati. That's a lot of money for a very specific project. We decided, let's make it a movement. What do you do first? Name it. Cats have 9 lives. Everybody knows that. Let's try to give them 10. So we knew that we really wanted this to be part of the fabric of society someday. We've been very ambitious about that. And we knew that we needed to really get the public's attention. This is a busy slide, but it's really interesting. If you take a look from the bottom to the top, when you're trying to create a movement, there are always innovators, people who jump on early and say, I'm going to do that, like owning the first iPhones. Then you've got your early majority, so you're starting to get many more people into the movement, and then you reach a tipping point where you probably have more than 50% of the public interested and engaged in your movement. And then when all the moms and dads tend to get involved is when it's part of the social norm. And then you're always going to have a percentage of people that will just never get involved. So what was our goal? Well, to get to the tipping point, locally at least. So how do we do that? All we knew is that we needed to emotionally reach people where they were. And we call our advocates cativists. So what do? We hire an ad agency and we start working on creative. This is interesting. People are deluged nowadays by advertising. And did you know that attention spans, this is hard to believe, the average attention span in the United States is 8 seconds. And perhaps more challenging for us, there are somewhere around 1.5 million nonprofit groups in the country. Everybody wants your attention. So what do we have to do? Stand out. Here comes the fun part, the creative. We started our work in 2013. We knew that we didn't want to do anything that had been done before. And we knew there were 2 things we could work on, either adoption or spay-neuter. We chose spay-neuter. We actually thought it was probably the low-hanging fruit, pun intended. And in fact, I think the main reason was because we realized we could rhyme the word balls with so many things.
He's Scooter, and the coolest cat of them all. Hip spectacles, no testicles. That's right. He lost his pair of balls. Other cats, they make baby. With him, there's no yes or maybe. Who's your daddy? Not me. No, it's not me. He's Scooter the Neutered Cat.
Find low-cost spay and neuter options at givethem10.org.
Isn't he fantastic? He's so handsome. That video never gets old for me. This is an example of a billboard we ran around town at the same time. We got an awful lot of really good interest online and just in the airwaves. I'm going to show you another video now explaining how well the beginning of our campaign worked.
Every 20 minutes, a cat dies in a kill shelter for the crime of being unwanted. In Cincinnati and Indianapolis, the 10 movement is on a mission to end this tragedy and give cats an extra life in a no-kill world. The most effective solution to overpopulation has always been spaying and neutering. But cat owners avoided the simple fix because they were unaware of low-cost options and because neutering, quote, makes my cat less manly. We took this absurd idea of feline sexual identity and ran with it. Instead of depressing our audience with a standard Sarah McLachlan tearjerker, we created a force for cat masculinity.
He's Scooter, he's neutered, and the coolest cat of them all. Hip spectacles, no testicles. That's right. He lost his pair of balls. Other cats, they make baby. With him, there's no yes or maybe. Who's your daddy? Not me. No, it's not me. He's Scooter the Neutered Cat.
Find low-cost spay and neuter options at givethem10.org.
Scooter lost his testes and never looked back. The embodiment of 70s machismo, he prowls the media to champion low-cost spay and neuter options.
He's Scooter, he's neutered, and the coolest cat of them all. He had spectacles.
Scooter even took it to the streets with autographed cards cats can't resist. Everything drove to the 10 Movement site, where cat people could take the pledge to become an ambassador for the No-Kill Cat Nation. People fell in love with this nutless hero.
This is Scooter, the new mascot for neutering your cat. He's got sunglasses, a big gold necklace, and he's covered in fur. Oh, wait, that's not a cat. That's the Armenian guy who sold me my cell phone.
The response to Scooter exceeded all expectations. Spay and neutering spiked among our target, as Scooter's potent message about losing his junk got the balls rolling on a no-kill world for cats.
How great is that? I gave you a bonus look at our first ad. It literally never gets old. All right, look what we did. We're up to 45%. 2014. So Scooter's really popular. What do we do next? Well, he's so manly, but what if there would be a girl?
She's Marmalade, she just got spayed. She was the coolest cat from the start. A flirting with tease with no ovaries. That's right, she lost her lady parts. The cats make a litter, but she don't need a babysitter.
Meow.
Thanks, baby. She's Marmalade who just got spayed.
Find spay and neuter options as low as $20 at givetham10.org.
She was very popular as well. This is an example of a billboard we ran around town. Here we are, 54%. We're getting there. It's 2016. All right, we are starting to succeed, but how can we talk to people differently? We decided that we would try to meet people in their own homes and show them that if they do spay neuter, their cats will actually not cause some of the problems that cats do cause when they're not fixed. So here's what we did this year.
You're Daddy's princess, and boys are starting to like you. Really like you. Let me get your mother.
Cats don't get it, but you do. Please spay and neuter.
We called that one Talk to Your Cat About Sex, and we had 4 different vignettes of different bad cat behaviors, and they were wildly popular in town, and we're very proud of them. This is an example of maybe my favorite billboard that we ran around town. And yes, we handed out cat condoms. We were very popular. Why not? And look what we accomplished. We were almost to the Holy Grail. We were at 79%. We're in 2018. What in the world are we going to do next? Okay, we decided to put on our academic hats and do some research. We're almost at 80%. Who are we not reaching? We did a great deal of focus group type of research and identified 6 personalities that were the kind of people who were not spay neutering. We decided to concentrate on the 3 we thought we could best reach. We gave them names just to make it easier for ourselves. Kelly really likes animals, but in fact, she isn't really sure what to do. She doesn't have the infrastructure to help except maybe to donate money. Barb will put herself out to help animals, but she doesn't have the money. Carl, well, he sees the problem, but he's kind of thinking, what are you going to do about it? We've talked about how we could reach these people, and we decided that if we explain to people how quickly cats multiply, that we might get their attention.
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
For a billboard this time, we got even more creative. We ran this billboard around Cincinnati for a couple of weeks. That's all it said, 1 + 1 = 14. Well, it exploded online. These are examples of some of the comments. So this says, oh, it's a Tide ad. Procter & Gamble makes Tide and they're a Cincinnati company. Or this one, gotta be a Pete reference. Pete Rose, another Cincinnati personality. And down here, more than anything, looks like the marketing campaign worked. So then what did we do? We answered the question, who are you? Here we are, back again with our cats. This is what it looks like visually when cats multiply. We also started getting really good national attention, especially for the agency that created all of these ads. And we're really proud that we did that. And look what happened. We're at 90% and we couldn't be prouder. So it's 2020. What are we going to do next? And we thought, okay, here we are at 90%. What in the world could be next? How can we narrow that gap? And how can we make it sustainable? We realized we had to tackle community cats. How in the world do we make community cats sexy? Oh no. We asked that question to ourselves and look what happened. We all know what happened. It held us back a little while, but we realized we knew what we wanted to talk about. We got even more creative. And instead of filming out in California, we actually put together a really cool campaign with stuff that we could find. So I'm happy to show you what we're running right now.
Ah, community cats. Resplendent in their environment, a group like this will thrive as long as spay-neuter keeps their numbers in check. Here's one that's been fixed. Note the tipped ear. Someone cared. What's this? A magnificent specimen. Surely the alpha male.
Don't just sit back and watch. Please report strays in your habitat or learn how to humanely help out.
Pretty cool, huh? We're very proud of this campaign as well. We started running it late last year. This is an example of one of the billboards that we've been running around town. We also created what we call Scooter's Field Guide. And we have all kinds of descriptions of how interesting cats are and how cool they are and how cats in the wild are not like rats or squirrels. Cats can be beloved even outside. Our website, all of our websites link together, and we talk about community cats on our website, and always with our spokescat, Scooter. We did some direct mail, and I know you're going to get a copy of this presentation. Take a look at this one, Find 6 Cats in this picture, like Find Waldo. It's harder than it looks. I got to be on quite a few TV shows. We got an awful lot of PR out of this. And look where we are, 96%. We couldn't be prouder. So what do we do next? Well, we still can't go film. It's because of COVID, it's not the right time. But we're very excited to create a new Mild Kingdom ad in the next couple of months, and we'll start running it. Thanks for letting me speak and show you this amazing work. I do want to say, why did I even want to come to an event like this where you guys are talking about such very important technical things? Because we've put an awful lot of resources and love into these campaigns, and we would like to leverage them around the country. So we're willing to offer our campaign to really any group that wants to talk to us about it. So reach out if you'd like to talk about that. Thanks a lot.
Do you have contact information where folks should be directed to? Because everybody was like, can we share these videos? Can we find out more information? So where would they reach out?
I suppose my email is probably the best place, which is dcribbs, DCRIBBS at thejoaniebernardfoundation.org. And I can certainly type that on chat if you'd like me to.
Fantastic. That would be, well, we'll throw that in the chat for you. Kristen maybe can throw that out at this point in time. I am going to just look at some of the questions. Lots of clapping.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, unfortunately the panelists can't see this, but there's a lot of this going amazing, beautiful, wonderful.
Thanks.
And let's see here. Yes, mesmerizing, fantastic, love the video. So there was a question I wanted to genius marketing campaign.
I'll say thank you on behalf of our agency.
So here's a question. It says, now that you have this platform, do you plan to incorporate or change the language of your campaign to help change the public's false and damaging perception of what a kill shelter is? Maybe that's because you were showing some of the older videos. This was a question that was earlier on in the presentation. So maybe I think things have changed as you went on in the process, and I'm not really sure what this person is specifically referring to in the earlier videos, but I don't know if that resonated with you at all.
Am I understanding that this person is asking why we use the language kill?
I believe so. Yeah.
That was a deliberate decision, and I own that decision. Again, as a business person, we came into this without any baggage or really any knowledge other than that we were all animal lovers. And actually my whole team, we all have cats, coincidentally. We decided that we wanted to use very provocative language. So that's my answer to that question.
One person here is recommending that this become a national campaign. Do you have any thoughts of going national?
Well, we'd love to, but media does cost money. So we've put an awful lot, as you can imagine, into creating this campaign. We would love to see it run nationally. That's why I'm here. I would like people to start to get to know us and know the work that we do. We'd love to see this go nationally, but we can't afford to run nationally the media. So if there are groups around the country that would like to have our collateral material, if they can pay for the media and the agency's work that would still have to be done, we'd love to talk to them about that.
Fantastic. All right. Another person is saying that this information would be fantastic with apartment complexes, because that can be very challenging with regards to cats at apartment complexes, and it seems like it's very well directed in that area. And
that person is correct. Yes,
folks,
and our direct mail campaigns were aimed at some apartment complexes for sure.
All right, excellent. We have a listener from Prague thanking you for a wonderful presentation.
You're
so
welcome.
you're getting worldwide attention here. So would you be at all interested in sharing what the cost of this kind of campaign would be like?
To have created the collateral material, so the TV spots, we have radio spots, we have billboards, and all of the website and social work. I mean, Scooter tweets and is on Instagram and Facebook all the time. Actually, I don't think he's tweeting right now, but he's on Instagram and Facebook. This is in the millions of dollars over all these years. But in terms of the media to run these ads, I can't answer that because every area has different pricing for their media. I will say what I've learned is that running a TV ad is very expensive. Running an ad digitally online is much less expensive. So any groups that might have an interest, that might be where they want to start thinking about it.
That's a great idea, and sharing your expertise. So where do you feel like your biggest bang for the buck was? You said social media, and then you also did billboards. You've done pretty much everything. Do you have like a favorite channel?
That's a really good question. I will say my favorite channel are the TV spots because they're fun and we got a little bit famous around town. People really love Scooter. But in terms of impact, we did a 3-month program last year in a neighborhood that had a lot of problems with cats. We were on the ground. We had people talking to church leaders and city leaders and neighborhood activists. And in this 3-month period where we blanketed this area, we really made a big difference in terms of knowledge and the number of cats on the street. So we realized with that program that I think the social is probably the best bang for the buck.
Fantastic. Excellent. Everybody just loves the videos. And so it's
Thank you.
really, yeah,
Well,
this has been
go
wonderful.
to our websites, mildkingdom.org, givethem10.org. Many of the videos are available on those websites. I will say, though, the ads that have human beings, we do have to pay royalties. So those ads are not always available. But the cat actor ads are. So take a look at our websites.
We have Scooter, access to Scooter and Marmalade, right? So
Yeah.
that fantastic.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, Deborah, I want to thank you so much for joining us and being part of this bonus episode. And I thought it would be fun. This is great. And I'm glad the videos all worked out excellent.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for all of your hard work putting all of this together. The work that you've done in Cincinnati and the surrounding areas around there, it's just phenomenal what's changed in the Midwest. And you're one of those anchor areas. And so I'm so thrilled that you were able to join us today.